won the first half.
First half, yeah, that's good. All right, on to the next week.
Okay, next week.
That's been the full-time whistle blew at half time. I don't remember the second.
I don't think the second half happened. But
no, I can't find it.
What was the score? Can you tell me the score?
10-7.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
We
All
won.
right. Nah.
Was it 40? What was it? 40?
43.
3. So that was the
43 points, 10.
Yeah. I lost count.
We witnessed the first. Yeah, I didn't. I honestly didn't watch the last 10 minutes. I happened to, not entirely out of choice. I was working at that time, but I got to a stage where I thought work was more important. Come to my senses and gave up all hope.
Yeah, it
practically
was it was a blur. It was literally only 10 minutes. I mean, they were leading by maybe 2 tries or something, 14 points. I think it was like 24. Yeah, it's 24-10 after Williams' scores. And then what the hell? 10 minutes to go.
It's just a blur, like you say. Like, it's for us as Kiwis and diehard supporters of the All Blacks. We've probably, for me anyway, probably 20 years of watching the All Blacks. I've never seen a team like that, an All Black side like that, kind of have no answers in the second half. Like, first half was a completely different game to the second half, though.
Yeah,
that's what was another thing that's really hard to put a finger on. Is like, what really changed mentally to make them perform like that? Like,
I've never seen.
Yeah, they all checked out. I feel at halftime, like there was a bit of fight after the whistle at halftime. The start of the second half, but ultimately they gave up. I feel in that last quarter, and it was just a blowout.
It's kind of what it felt like. The only thing was Will Jordan almost getting a try, but almost getting a try doesn't count. You don't get any points for that.
No.
Other than that, we're just running backwards, losing all our own ball, losing our lineouts, losing our scrums.
Kicking away position. Yeah.
Kicking the ball, they were happy to run it back, and when they ran it back, they scored a try. So.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of times where they just ran through like it was nothing.
Yeah.
I seen
R.G. Steinman.
Ethan Hooker. Yeah, R.G. Steinman, Williams. Like, there were so many times where it was like, that's not the All Blacks defending. That's some half-ass club side.
Yeah.
Like, it was like no effort at all. I've never seen an All Black team disrespect the jersey like that and a half. Like, it was pretty embarrassing to watch. I think a lot of people probably turned their screens off in that last 20.
It looked like,
probably if you looked at the stadium.
Yeah, they were
it's like half empty by the ball.
Yeah, like they were tired second division players, like just trying to keep up with the play instead of like having a defensive line set. They were always tracking back, trying to make a covering tackle, and South Africa were good enough. They didn't matter who you had covering. They just ran through them, ran around them, kicked over top, got it back.
South Africa had the perfect 100%. South Africa had the perfect answer. Like, they had the perfect game plan to the All Blacks crumbling. It just worked so well for them. They figured them out quick. They figured out that the All Blacks didn't really have any answers. They figured out a game plan and they stuck with it. They executed it really well. Lebok, wasn't kicking too much. They were playing smart footy, running it back. They figured it out pretty quick.
Mm.
And yeah, they just piled the points on. And they seemed to just get better and better each time they scored. So all credit, I'm not taking any credit away from South Africa's performance. They played bloody well. But I think personally, the biggest,
the number one shot again.
They deserve to win, 100%. But I think it wasn't so much the Springboks playing amazing, like the greatest side ever. This is what some people would say, like from a Springbok point of view. I think they've played better in the past, but I think it was more the All Blacks just playing atrocious.
Yeah.
I honestly...
It was both. They played real well and we were dreadful.
Yeah. Simple as it is. That's really the only way to put it. And it's hard to kind of think and try analyse how to get better from here and where we go from here, where the All Blacks go from here, because it's only a couple of years out from the World Cup. Are we going to stick with squad? Are we going to stick with this game formula? Are we going to stick with coach? Like, there's so many things. I feel like we're going backwards. It's like we go one step forward, two steps back. It's almost at the moment.
Yeah, it does feel like
we put a good performance in, and then all of a sudden we play worse than what we did the last, 2 games. There's just no answers. There's no ingenuity. There's no anything from that team at the moment.
Well, the only way, unless we lose the Blues load, the only way is up at the moment. After that performance, anyway.
Yeah, that performance was pretty much rock bottom for Razor and probably for a lot of New Zealanders on home soil. Losing that back-to-back game in Ireland was probably worse at the time, but just never seeing...
Yeah, it wasn't embarrassing, though.
No, it wasn't, because the All Blacks probably had pride at the end of those games, some level of pride. They didn't give up like they did this game. This game was like... It was just a bunch of sore losers, it felt like, playing.
There was elements of it last week, though, like the scrum, when the scrum got dominated like that.
Yeah. And seeing a lot of comments saying, "Oh, it's all right," kind of saying it's okay, like the All Blacks will come back, this and that. Like, no, that's not the way Kiwis. No, it's not the way we are. We don't let the All Blacks or a team like that off like that. Like, you got to give it to them. That's the way we are. Show them the reality that this is not what we accept as a New Zealander. Like, the standard's always high for the All Blacks. They can't ever play like that again. Like, they have to sort this shit out and get back to their winning ways, because that's the DNA of New Zealand rugby. Not starting to accept, like, oh, we came close. It's going to get to the point where it's like, oh, yeah, we got to win, we come close to beating South Africa, or we almost beat Ireland, or like, that's not New Zealand rugby.
Yeah.
We need to get back to our winning ways, and that's keeping that standard high and our expectations high, not starting to let it slip and our standards drop. No. Keep the pressure on. And it happens in all high-level sports, especially in America and European soccer. Like, if a coach or a manager doesn't win a certain percent or something, he's gone. He's gone like that.
Yeah.
And they get someone else in. And that's the same. Razor needs to understand, shit's not working. Change it. Don't be afraid to make changes and certain touches to the team, because there's a lot of things he can do still. He's not run out of options. There's a lot of things the All Blacks can do and change. So hopefully we see it in this letters loan. I think it's the perfect time to do it. Change up some things.
Well, it has to.
Yeah.
The only good thing out of that game was probably Leroy Carter getting a crack, getting a meat pie, and he was just competing. But you can't have just one winger trying to do everything, and the rest of the team doing like 75% think it's a training run.
Yeah, 100%.
Colby was bloody everywhere.
Yeah, why can't we have... I mean, Carter probably matched Colby.
Yeah.
Maybe almost. Yeah, there's just a few things that didn't go our way. Hotham got injured early on.
Yeah, he actually broke his leg. Did you see that?
Yeah, broke. Yep, seen that. Which is,
so, yeah,
tough luck for Hotham.
Rough.
Yeah, definitely rough. Hopefully he recovers. Quick recovery, gets back out there, but it's pretty tough. Breaking both seamers, I think.
We missed Cody Taylor. Still missing Roy Guard. Rico's probably
Cody
happy
Taylor,
he wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Can't get the blame for something now.
Yeah.
There's the same with Money Lebok, though. Everyone for South Africa, Money Lebok was copping it, like, when they'd lose. But now he's probably 0 to hero now.
Yeah, 100% he will be. And same as Tony Brown. He's a good example as a coach. They were like, oh, he's a secret agent, he's this and that, he's not suited to the South African brand of rugby, this blah. Now he's the hero. He's the new answer to the evolution of the Springboks style of play. He's added so much value, this and that. Like, and it's the same for the All Blacks. We might change next week, and this will all be. But I don't think no one will ever forget that performance and the effort, the lack of effort on home soil.
On home soil was bad.
It's a worrying sign. And I don't think anyone will be convinced that if the All Blacks win next game, I don't think there's going to be many happy people. It's still going to take a lot to get us back on like where we expect them to be.
Yeah.
So.
Well, our trophy cabinet's almost never been so empty.
Yeah.
Like, we normally have the Freedom
We've
Cup.
lost so much. Yeah.
Bleeders Low,
We've lost so much.
I mean, the Rugby Championship's literally up for anyone at the moment. But it wasn't long ago when we versed South Africa at Mount Smart and it was 57-0. And I mean, they turned around from that hiding and won the World Cup.
Yeah, and it was what they did. That's what we need to. That's what I'm worried about for New Zealand is can they figure out their grand turnaround? Their turning point. Was Rassie coaching though? When that 57-0. I'm not sure if he was coaching. It was 2017, wasn't it, or 28?
Was it that long ago? Yeah, it might have been actually. Maybe he wasn't.
But yeah, whether he was or wasn't.
That might have been.
They've changed quite a lot.
Yeah, but
so we need to figure something.
This keeps happening against South Africa at Twickenham before the World Cup. They were thrashing us. That was a record score then, and we've gone and done worse at home.
Yeah, and it's like
the only person it definitely comes down to that fired a shot was Roy Guard off the bench.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was his debut.
It was his debut.
I think it was.
That try, but he just lifted the whole energy. Like he was the only one working at a higher frequency. Everyone else was like sad little schoolboys.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I think it's mentality. We've got the talent in the team.
Yeah.
We definitely have the talent, and you can tell. I think it's just all a matter of hype. The boys need to get into a mindset of every game. They need to have that energy that they bring at Eden Park. They need to have that every game. And I think with South Africa, Rassie knows the biggest winning the tool you can have is a mentality to win. And I think he's kind of figured out that in order to have that every game, you need to be kind of changing, having kind of enough depth to have two teams playing, because he's always changing in that.
They're like I think there's a certain element. Teams like they know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you knew a week or two out that you're going to be playing, that fills you with confidence, 100%. And you're prepared. Like you're easily better prepared than on a Thursday, or tells the guys Wednesday or something that you're going to be playing.
Yeah, and it's the same team every week. Yeah, and it's the same. It's kind of old school, like, oh yeah, boys, we'll be playing again. You know, bulk of us will be playing this week again. You know, let's go out. And I think that's what happened at Eden Park. They were hyped, right? It was good, but the next week comes around. It's the same team. All right, we've got the win at Eden Park. Mentality, nothing. You know, but South Africa were hungry to win. And, 100%. So with the naming early and having the different teams, you know, it's like this week, you boys, this team, you need to win. You need to be hungry. And then the next week, the new team, they'll get their chance to try and beat your score, right? Like they're competing. It'll be like kind of like the teams are competing with each other.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So I feel like, we need to have like two teams, and they both every second game, unless it's like a World Cup playoff knockout match, they need to be playing like it's their last game, or like Eden Park, they're playing at Eden Park and that record's on the line. Because that's when the All Blacks perform well. It's when they have to play for something, like a record or something. But if it's just a Wellington match where they've lost like the last 20 games, it feels like.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, they just don't care.
Wellington's a bloody dump. It's time to fill the cake to them with
cement.
Leave it. I mean, we just keep getting beaten same areas. Like, well, at least against South Africa, like the scrum, in the air, same things. And I mean, we brought Narawa in. He lasted 5 minutes, got injured, but we just keep losing the same places. I mean, even we're getting into our lineouts, which is normally we were winning at the lineouts last week, and then our throws weren't going to the right guys, and it was just messy.
Oh, it was the shambles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Replacements weren't adding anything.
Yeah, like their replacements come on. I thought they might get tired because they used pretty much all their backs replacements before half time.
I thought
God damn,
that's another thing. Yeah, I was surprised at how the Springboks held their momentum and held their energy levels, because I haven't seen a Springboks team play that style of game, that fast-paced game all game.
Yeah.
Get quicker, almost so, right?
Yeah, they just
You'd think
built into it. Ethan Hooker, he built into it. Like by the end of the game, he was catching every single high ball, no matter who kicked it.
Yeah.
I think the All Blacks just gave up. We were running in soft sand, and they were bloody on the hard track.
It just looked disjointed. There was no like cohesion in the All Blacks. There was no slowing things down. Like they were, and I think I talked to you earlier. Like I felt like the All Blacks coming into this game, or maybe even into the first half, they dropped to the Springboks level. They didn't try. I don't know how to say it, but like the All Blacks of old would always keep their stand. They wouldn't focus on lowering their standard to match the other team. They should just excel. Just focus on themselves somehow, keeping a high intensity level somehow without dropping. But this All Blacks team in the past couple of years always seemed to like just drop down and match the Springbok level or the opposition level, right? And then I think the second half, then they were matching the speed of the Springboks, trying to like do fast, flustered stuff and stuffing it up. Whereas South Africa were in control of the game from that point. So they were controlling their speed. We were trying to match the speed, but we weren't controlling it.
Yeah.
And it was just getting messy. We were losing it. They were getting it. Whereas we probably should have just calmed down, slowed it down, got phases together, and went and then reset. Almost like a reset and go forward.
We just no answers for the territory. We couldn't release the pressure. I mean, Artie got one turnover that stopped pressure, but other than that, like they had, I think it was pretty early on, maybe 30 minutes in, they had 70% territory. Like you don't see that with the All Blacks, not 70%. So we only had 30% in their half. And even last week, that South Africa had all the entries. I mean, we finished when we got in. We finished our entries, but we were just letting them into the 22. We're not stopping the momentum out. They just make it in. And then this week they finished everything. South Africa managed to finish it. Like it felt like in the first half, they were only 1 or 2 passes away, and they would have dominated the first half as well.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So it's I think that first half I could only really watch parts of it, but the parts that I did see, I could tell they were definitely a lot closer to scoring and stuff.
Pull your heads in.